And welcome back to our special home improvement edition of Talk of the Town. We are going to tool school right now with Brad Staggs, who is going to give us a lesson on everything we need to have in a toolbox. Or is it a tool bag? Which do you prefer?
That's the big debate. Are you a bag person or a box person?
I'm totally a box person, and I got to have compartments.
I'm with you on that, and that's what we were just talking about here before we started, is the fact that this has compartments in it. Toolboxes like this are less than 30, 40 bucks. This has a nice big roomy compartment for drills and things in the bottom, and then you have little bitty pieces in the top. And see, the problem with bags, I've always had, bags tend to have, it's a mixed blessing. They got little bitty pockets in them, so I put little bitty stuff in little bitty pockets, and then I don't find it for another 2 years.
But then again, you can sling it over your shoulder and carry
That's
it
true.
with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have to decide if you're a bag or a box person.
So what goes into your bag or box?
Let's start with the basics. Screwdrivers. Everybody needs a good set of screwdrivers. The thing is, you can go out and you can get a set of screwdrivers and have all of these tools, or you can simplify your life and find something like this. Basically a multi-tool. It's got the bits in the handle, so you can actually change the bits right there at the end. They just pop right out, pop right in. And the thing about bits these days, we're not just dealing with Phillips and slot. Now we have square drive, we have Torx, we have star drive, and especially on electronics. If you're putting together toys and stuff, they've always got some weird head on the screw. So make sure you get this. Yeah, it's very handy. So in addition to screwdrivers, you also want a small socket set. Okay. If you're not a mechanic working on the car all the time, you know, a little bitty one like this will do. I think this thing was less than 15 bucks at Ace. And it's just got a little bitty driver on it. It's not, you're not going to be taking apart a V8 engine with this thing, but it does have some, it actually has some bits in it, and it has some sockets. So it's a nice little kit to have around the house.
For home projects.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Now, let's combine all that into these multi-tools.
Okay.
Because that's what seems to be the next generation. They're starting to build, companies like Stanley, these little tools with sockets built into them. They have a driver in them. They have bits in them. They've got a knife in. Yeah, it's a 14-in-1. And this thing is about 20 bucks.
No kidding.
So again, this fits in your pocket, so you have, you know, your whole workshop right in your pants
pocket. You carry that in your pocket?
Everywhere I go.
I bet
Everywhere I go. Again, we have different gizmos, tools like this. The beauty of this one, and that you can find this at I think True Value, about 20 bucks. It has a flexible head, so you can actually, if you can see the screw, yeah, you can drive it around corners.
Fantastic.
And then little kits like this, again with sockets and bits, and this pivots.
Nice.
So again, you have to decide what you're comfortable with, what you're going to be doing.
All right, hammers.
Put the hammer down.
That's heavy.
Yeah, that's just it. Don't go out and buy the first hammer you see on the shelf.
Okay.
That is a framer's hammer. It's a 28-ounce Bostage hammer. And it's also, it's got a waffle head. You know what the waffle head is for?
Not most home projects.
Exactly. What that is, for when they're framing, they don't want the head of the hammer to slip off the head of the nail.
Okay.
So that keeps the head of the hammer on the head of the nail. All right.
So I don't need
You don't need something big like that. Go for like a 16-ounce. Feel how light that one is.
Oh, that's nice.
And look at the face of the, there you go. See how it's smooth?
Yeah.
That way when you hit your wall, you miss the nail and hit the wall, you're not going to put a big old waffle mark in your wall. And
Small
if you're just hanging pictures, again, find a nice little tack hammer. Don't be ashamed of your hammer. You know, go out and if you need a small little hammer like that, put it in the toolbox, you're good.
All right, need one of these.
These are things with batteries, you know, I love those. All right, these are basically they're called pocket drivers.
Okay.
They're a smaller version of a drill. They'll do most things a drill will do. You're not going to be putting together houses with these, but the difference between something like this and the green one here from Ryobi,
what?
about $100, yeah. So basically, when you start looking at the price ranges, you're dealing with a battery technology. This is a 12 volt. These are both 12 volt pocket drivers. They have chucks that you can easily pop your driver bit. These will drill holes. These will drive screws. This is about 80 from Craftsman. This is really cool. It's their Tech 4 system. It's a 4 volt.
Does that have the power to do most home projects?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, you're not going to be building a bookcase every day with this thing, but it'll put screws into projects, it'll drill holes, and it works off a 4 volt battery.
Okay, nice.
So,
all right, got to have a good tape measure at home, and this one looks fancy.
That is fancy. You know what I like about that one? Is this head, the hook. See how it's wider? First of all, the tape is pretty wide.
Yeah.
The hook will hook around, if you've got something, you know, let's say I'm hooking it around this for whatever reason, I can come in from the side and I can catch.
Yeah, that's so helpful.
And you also want to
you don't need two people.
Exactly. And you want to look for something called standout. How far will this go out before it goes ka-tink?
Right.
And this one will do about 11 feet.
And then this one has a compass, you said.
This is really cool. This is from a small inventor, Future Tech Tools. And the way this works is it has right on the bottom there a little pivot point. So if you need to draw an arc or a circle, put that pivot point down. Let's say we want an 18-inch circumference. Boom. You can draw, you put your pencil there, you can draw that circle around that little pivot point. What a brilliant idea. And again, small inventor. Love those guys.
All right. More good ideas. We'll link it at the website so you can go to Tool School too. There are so many fun little kits and projects out there that'd be great to put together with the kids or grandkids. We'll show you how easy they come together as this special DIY home improvement edition of Talk of the Town continues.